Hi Norwex team, my name is Lindsay Mercer, Executive Sales Leader, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey with Norwex and encourage you to never ever give up. I signed up as a Norwex consultant in September of 2009. My husband and I were actually living in BC, where none of my immediate family or friends were. We had a little bit of family and we had a couple of friends that we'd made out there, but nobody hosted a show for me, and I kind of had to, struggle along for a while before I got my very first show. And it was actually by name dropping Norwex in an email I was having with a client of a company that I was working for, because she had a cleaning company and I had okayed it with my boss that I mentioned Norwex to her, and she was actually quite interested. So it was a little Filipino circle that I got into, and she had a fantastic first show for me. It was about a $750 show, and then each one of her friends booked off of that show, and all the same friends came to all the same shows. So by about the fourth or fifth show, I was saying, any questions? It wasn't exactly the ripple effect that I was hoping for. I can't say that I really put a lot of effort into my business off the hop. I was not in the immediate area of my leader that I had signed up under, so I didn't have a lot of face-to-face contact and the ability to go to team meetings to receive information and training and encouragement. So I just muddled along. We moved back to Alberta the following May. I think I had sales of 0 for June. And when it came to July and August, I really started to think about what I was doing with Norwex. And I knew that I had to make a decision, because I couldn't just be a floater. I couldn't just float along and just say la vie. And so I made a conscious decision to say, you know what, sink or swim, I am choosing to give this my best shot. If I go down, in flames, then at least I can say I did my very best. So I have used Facebook multiple times for my business. I don't do a ton of shout outs on my personal Facebook page about Norwex. But what I did is I just clicked open my friends list, because I was just new back to Alberta, and I just went through my entire friends list and I started writing down names of anybody that I thought might be interested to hear about Norwex. Either I knew that they were health conscious, they had children, they had pets that they treated like children, maybe they had just gotten married, they were setting up a new home. I started writing down those names, and I set a goal for myself for September. I said I want to have 4 shows. And to me, 4 shows was huge when I had sales of 0, and you can imagine, right? So I set a goal for myself for 4 shows. I actually ended up doing 5. I think one might have been a book show, but it was my biggest sales month that I had ever had in my Norwex career. So the money I made was just like, oh, so exciting. And by the end of that year, I had signed up my first recruit. I had promoted to team coordinator shortly after that, and my business was on its way. Now, for those of you that have had a strong launch and have maybe hit a bit of a rough spot in your business, let me tell you that I know exactly how that feels, because I did not do everything perfectly off the beginning. I did 0 customer follow-up, to my shame. I did no hostess coaching, because I didn't even really know about it. I just focused on the shows, and that was it. And when I was only focusing on the shows dried up. I was actually at a point, and have been at the point many times, of having to make the conscious decision. Am I done? I don't have any shows on my calendar. I don't know anybody that wants to host a show. Everybody that I asked has said no. Now what do I do? Am I done? And only you know the right answer in your heart of hearts. If you want what Norwex can provide bad enough, then don't quit, because it is there. It is there for you. People are out there who want this product for free. They're willing to host. Our customer base is growing all the time. I tell people, if we had known to invest in Apple back before Apple hit it big, we would have all been throwing our money on the table. Norwex is Apple, okay? This is where you are supposed to be. You are in the right place at the right time. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep going. You may have to push out of your comfort zone. You may have to do things you've never done before. And if you're like me, you may even have to lay your pride aside, put it, leave it at the door, and approach some other consultants for help. That is what I had to do. And Chris Ringette was one consultant who is still on our team that was able to help me over one of the humps that I was facing. And I had to really put my pride aside to reach out to her. And I'm so thankful that I did, Chris, and I'm so thankful for you. But I say all of that to say, if you want this, if you want to be an independent businesswoman who can have a reliable, sustainable income through Norwex, that you can fulfill the Norwex mission to improve the quality of life for others, and you can teach others and become a mentor and a leader, let those gifts grow. Let go of the fears that are holding you back, because we all know we've only got one life. You're in the right place at the right time. Never, never, never give up.